Hey friends, how are you? In today's video, I want to talk about 4 meditation hacks for beginners. So if you are a beginner and wondering if you are on the right track or doing something right, or if you want to know what are some of the tricks of trade for someone to start meditating, here's the right video for you. So the first meditation hack I want to talk about is momentum, especially momentum of thoughts. So the analogy I like to use is it's always easier to stop a train when it's going 15 miles an hour than when it's going 150 miles an hour. And so the momentum of speed obviously is easy to understand, but the momentum of the volume of thoughts that's actually happening in the brain, it's also something to consider. So in the morning, we tend to have less thoughts or distractions, or the momentum of the thoughts is just less so, right? And so as a beginner, it's easier for you to observe your own thoughts or be able to handle less thoughts when you're meditating. And so that's a really great way to start. And a lot of yogis would actually do it first thing in the morning for that same reason. And it also sets you up for a day with more positivity and focus and clarity and calmness. So if you can actually manage to squeeze in a little bit of time in the morning, whether it could be even when you're drinking, holding a beverage in your hand and just have your eyes closed a little bit, and that would not be a bad time to actually get that in. A lot of yogis would set an alarm and do it, first thing in the morning. I got into the habit of doing a little bit of yoga stretches first thing, and then I would find myself settle in a little bit more because I then did quite a bit of breathing during my yoga stretches. So the time for meditation when it comes is just, I'm more calm, I'm more collected. And so building that practice in the morning has worked for me for many number of years now. I've been meditating for 10 years. And so I think if I were to impart some sort of insight or wisdom, I think first thing in the morning would be very helpful. And the next hack I want to talk about is your space. And I've done meditation inside cars, inside trains, and in weird places like the bathroom, and you name it, I have tried it. And I think they all kind of work, but if you do have a little corner in the house where you can set up a little bit of a quiet situation, whether it is a little couch with a little rug and a little cushion, or a little place with candles and aromatherapy things, and it's just a little bit more of a calming corner. And you can think about doing that, just a little corner in the room. And if you have kids running around and you don't seem to be able to let them calm down, make sure that you train them that, hey, mommy has or daddy has a meditation corner time. And so when you see XYZ, whether it's me having a tiara on my head, or when you see the sign on the door that says do not disturb or whatever, or mommy quiet time, make sure that that's something that you train people around you to do. And it may not be immediate success. It may just take a week or two for them to get used to this idea that you as a parent or whoever has this quiet time. And so it's important to train them to understand it. And little kids pick things up really fast, and they would understand it after a while. And so carve out that space and train others to observe and respect that space and time that you have would be helpful. A lot of people have also asked if music is okay while you're meditating. And to that, I would answer absolutely. Sound is actually a very powerful tool because especially music that is designed for calming the brain with certain frequencies, using sound as a tool to change the brain state is actually a thing. So if you are gravitating towards using any meditation music on YouTube that sounds calming, or you feel like it's going to help you calm your brain down, that's the right type of music for you. And so definitely use it. It doesn't have to be something that you worry about, because if you find the right type of music that you can actually meditate to, then it's really great news. I would say go ahead and use that. And if you don't, that's fine too. A lot of people just don't want to have sound when they're meditating. So neither is right or wrong. It's just everybody's different. So in that sense, I would say use it if you like it. The third meditation hack I want to talk about is setting a time limit on a device. So instead of peeking midway through your meditation and see what time it is, just set the alarm on your watch or phone or iPad or what have you. And you know that you will get a beep when you're done. So you don't have that extra thing to check on or a distracting possibility there. So, and to that, I also want to recommend an app called Insight Timer. And I'm going to include a link below. Insight Timer provides preset timers with different bells and different things, and it's super cool, and you can play with it to get different presets in. And so you can also set up bells every minute or two or however frequent you want, so that you kind of know where you are. The last meditation hack I want to cover today is your progress and your mindset. And I know it can be very daunting in the beginning as a meditator, not knowing what to do. And I went through the same thing, and I was like, this is so new, this is so different, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Over the course of time, after, having listened to many teachers and actually getting certified in meditation training, I realized that this type of worry and concern is very, very common, and it's definitely something that everybody goes through. But what I would say to that is be very patient with yourself. And I think that's also part of the practice, is to build up that patience and therefore allowing you to be consistent with it, and don't get discouraged or defeated when you feel like, oh my gosh, every time I sit down and meditate, there are all these things that would pop up. I would say take that and use it to your advantage, because the fact that you're aware of your volume of thoughts and what comes up during a meditation is already a right step in the right direction, because the awareness is what's going to come first. We all have 60,000 thoughts a day. The brain is actually a factory of thoughts. That's the function of the brain. When you hear people say, oh, when you meditate, you're supposed to stop your thoughts. And to that, I would say it's very, very not realistic for humans to have no thoughts. And so what I teach is how you observe the space in between thoughts and use those as celebration moments. And also being able to observe your thoughts and not be carried away by your own thoughts. It's really what we're going after. So it's not possible to have no thoughts. And so I would say regard your meditation practice as something different, as observing of your own thoughts instead of having no thoughts. And I think the end goal is to be able to see them and be able to come back to your meditation practice and allow yourself to be carried away and let your mind wander away, and then keep bringing it back. So the keep bringing it back and being able to say, I'm just going to keep bringing it back. It's okay. My mind gets wandered off. Bringing it back is the practice, especially in the beginning. So to let you know, meditation practitioners that have been practicing for 20 years, their job is really not to say, hey, it's been 20 years, I can have no thoughts now. I think more so their job is really to say, I've been meditating for 20 years. I see my own thoughts. I can name my thoughts and I'm able to say, this is a pattern that I'm seeing, and I'm allowing myself not to be carried away by them, or I can further investigate my thoughts later on. That's the major difference between a beginner and an advanced meditation practitioner. Is the beginner would get upset when they have these thoughts, but for someone who's been meditating longer, what they're doing is really being able to take a step back and say, I'm having these thoughts and I'm aware of them. And either I'm going to do something about them, or I'm just going to say I'm okay with them. So bear that in mind. Don't set the unrealistic expectation, especially in the very beginning, that you're going to have no thoughts. So with that, that's the 4 meditation hacks that I have for beginners. Let me know, leave me a comment if there are any specific topics you would like me to cover. And I want to say thank you for watching. I'm sending you love and light. Feel free to share, like, and turn on the notification bell when you subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.